Hey everyone, so this is the end of week 5. I'm very excited. Just to let you know, I lost another 2.5 pounds, so I'm down to 163.2, and I've lost all the weight that I put on sitting at home hurt over the last 5 months. So it took me 5 months to gain 10 pounds, and it took me 5 weeks to lose 11. So I'm very happy. Okay, so the really cool part is the rate that I was losing at before all of this went down, before I got hurt. I was losing on average 2 pounds a month, pretty consistently. And that would put me at reaching my goal of 140 in January of 2020. And now that I'm losing, we'll just say on average 2 pounds a week, I might actually hit that goal by mid-November. So I may have not only turned around my big fat screw up, but turned around my whole trajectory from the beginning anyways. And that feels really good. And just so that if anybody wants to know, I was a very good girl. After 4 weeks, I contacted my bariatric doctor and asked them to do lab works to make sure that I'm doing okay. Some of my lab work is not good, but I have a feeling that it was worse before I started the liquid diet. And the reason for that would be because I was not taking my vitamins as consistently as I should. And I definitely was slacking on my supplement vitamins for the things that I was already low in, which is A and D for sure. And my calcium is really good. My B vitamins are really good. And I'm low in zinc, copper, A, and D, and magnesium. So I went to Amazon because I already have AD and zinc and copper. So I went to Amazon and bought a bag of powdered magnesium citrate to add to my smoothies to make sure that I'm getting enough. And I don't know, damn, look, I'm looking pretty fucking good. I like it. Put some fresh paint on this rust bucket to see what I got going on, and I'm like, dang, it's in my hair and everything. So the goal of the liquid diet initially was to be 158 on September 7th. That's my goal. And I think I just might make it. Or very close. I might be like 159. Come on. I know you want to come up here. Want to be on the video? Okay, you can be in the video, but you have to be good. Let's see what else. Okay, about the shakes. I have learned I don't fucking like that peanut butter shit. Other people might like it. It's that PB. I got the PB2 powdered peanut butter. And I've had 3 shakes with it now. The last one was last night, and I couldn't finish it. So for me, the only way it's gonna work is if I put less in and have a small shake rather than 2 big ones. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to say is you may not want to do a liquid diet post-op, farther out post-op than the initial. But you might be looking at this video because you're looking at ideas of what to do in your first month post-op, and maybe how to handle part of the 2nd and 3rd month. And I can definitely say that out of the 3 products that I'm using, Shakeology Bariatric 1 protein that has 27 grams of protein and all vitamins and minerals that you need, and Nature's Bounty vitamin protein powder. 3 different cost points. You can find the links to those products down here. I will say Bariatric Pal, unless you pay for super fast shipping, expect it to take about a week and a half to get to you, maybe even almost 2 weeks. So order ahead. And the Shakeology is expensive. So, but I love it. I've discovered I don't really care for the vegan option. It's grittier. It's not gritty, it's just grittier than the whey protein. I ran out of Bariatric Pal, and I knew that their shipping was slow, so this is totally on me that I don't know, fucking blacked out and waited until I only had a couple days left and payday. And anyways, so just keep that in mind. But so if you're looking at that first month post-op when you're on a liquid diet, rather than grabbing a Premier Protein, which by the way is about $1.50 or $1.75 per bottle of the pre-made ready to drink, which those are easy. I'm not saying that that's not easy, because that's what I did post-op, and because I needed something super easy, and I didn't at the time think I was capable of blending shakes, which quite frankly, the fact that I was off work for a month, the first month post-op, and then I went back to work, that at the time blending shakes may have been too much. And so the Premier Protein did come in really handy. But if you really want to, zhuzh it up and you get better, especially the Bariatric Pal, I would totally and completely recommend that product for your first month post-op. I wouldn't even bother with anything else, because you're going to get your protein, you're going to get your vitamins, you're not going to have to crush vitamins, which is disgusting. You're not going to have to try to swallow horse pills with your little tiny ounce of water, half an ounce of water. And so that is something that I would highly consider that you doing at least 2 shakes of those a day, and maybe 1 Premier Protein, because that'll get you 90 grams of protein a day plus all your vitamins. But if you're in a stall pattern, I certainly can say, which I was not only in a stall, I was in a beep, 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 backing it up and gaining weight. This is definitely a good option to consider. Of course, follow your doctor's orders. I am not a registered dietitian and I'm not a doctor. So follow your doctor's orders, talk to your doctor, get lab work done maybe before and after to see how you're doing and see if what you're doing is safe for you, which is exactly what I did. And everything that I low in, I am getting that stuff down my throat now to make sure that, I'm healthy. I noticed that my skin was really dry, and I've had more fluids in the last 5 weeks than I probably did in the last 5 months, maybe even in the last year. Because it's hard to get your fluids in. And I'm just like, why is my skin so dry? And when I saw that my vitamin A is really low, and I looked up what happens to you when you're low in vitamin A, dry skin was down, and night blindness is down. Those are the top 2 shit that can happen to you. So I'm gonna make sure and supplement the crap out of myself with vitamin A. So I did make a video about the recipe, kind of like what I do when I make a shake, and I'm still editing that, so I'll get to that soon. I'm thinking about making a little recipe book, just a tiny little, handout kind of thing. Nothing, no drastic authorship. But there's, honest to goodness, there's probably, if you just Google it, a billion smoothie recipes. I also do almost always put spinach in my smoothie. I just grab a handful out of the bag and toss that in there, because I just figure that can't be bad. I've never heard of anybody overdosing on spinach. maybe I'll be the first, I don't know. Anyways, so I am feeling fantastic. I am on top of the world, and I ain't gonna stop till I get to where I'm going. So at the very least, I'm doing this all the way through September 7th, and doing it through my trip that I'm gonna be on that week. I'm gonna take it with me on the plane, and I'm gonna buy a little cheap blender when I get there from Walmart, a $10 blender when I get there. And if I end up leaving the blender there, so be it. I don't care, because the hotel's got ice, and there's a Walmart real close to the hotel, and I'll go get my coconut milk, and I'll be set while I'm on my trip. So you gotta plan, 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 plan. So plan ahead. It's when you didn't plan, you didn't prepare, and you find yourself away from your home and you're hungry, that's when you fuck up real bad. So plan ahead, prepare your stuff, whether you're meal prepping or shake prepping. So just remember, you got this. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, because you can do it. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.